Hello, everybody. Welcome to Profiling Evil Live with Mike King. You asked for it. You asked me to jump on periodically and just throw a live out, and I'm doing it. So let's get rolling. Hey, this week I'm hosting a new the new 11th District Attorney Linda Stanley on my podcast. I hope that you'll go and download that. It was released just this morning, and you can catch it on any of your favorite podcast platforms. But I wanted to jump on, remind you of the podcast, and thank you for helping us hit 60,000 subscribers. Holy cow. It's just so exciting to me. But on the podcast, we're going to be talking about DA Stanley's role and what her plans are for the 11th District. Within days of her beginning her term of service just a few months ago, the DA started looking at unsolved criminal cases in the region. By March of 2021, the first of what could prove to be several cold cases was filed in court. This is really exciting, and it came with alleged serial killer Alan Lee Phillips's arrest. He now faces murder charges for the deaths of two young women. And I'll tell you what, I am just so pumped up about this new DA. I just wanted to make sure we talked about her for just a moment. But let's talk about these murders. On January 6th, 1982, that's nearly 40 years ago, a woman named Joe Obelhartzer left her ski resort job in Breckenridge, Colorado with some friends. She called her husband around 6:20 at night and stated that she was going to run out with her friends and grab a drink and that she'd catch a ride home after they were done. Well, her husband fell asleep and he woke up at about 2:00 in the morning, realizing that she hadn't returned home. He called her friends and they stated that she actually left the bar about an hour later, 7:30 at night. They assumed that she had a ride home. Well, Jeff, her husband, called police, who told him that it was just way too early in the game to report a missing persons case. This is something that I think we need to figure out in law enforcement a better way of handling. But he waited all throughout the night and into the next morning. He received a call the next morning from a farmer who reported that he'd found Bobby Joe's license. Now, Jeff and two of his friends responded to that area where the license was found, and they started searching around. They found Bobby's blue backpack, and near it, they found a bloody glove. Now, 2 hours after reporting her items found, police called him and said that her body had been found about 15 miles to the south at a scenic overlook. Now, police only found Bobby's footprints at the scene, and she was discovered with a plastic cord tied around one of her wrists. This woman had been shot twice by what was described as a medium caliber weapon and was dead in the snow. Now, the other thing that was kind of strange is that she was wearing one orange sock. Now, she had her house keys in her possession, but that's it. Now, on the very same day that Bobby Obelhartzer disappears, a 21-year-old woman named Annette Schnee was last seen by her friends in Breckenridge around 4 p.m., so about 3.5 hours earlier. Police believe that this woman started hitchhiking home at around 5 p.m., and that's where they think the alleged killer somewhere picked her up. But nonetheless, the killer took her to an isolated area. And as we look at this map, we look at where it says Breckenridge, and then there's a red dotted line. Up at the very top is the location where the suspect lived. And just below the sign that says Breckenridge, next to the Profiling Evil sign, is the place where Bobby Joe Obelhartzer was found in the snow. If we go about 13 miles straight east on a dirt road near a river, this is where Schnee's body is recovered. She also was found with a gunshot wound, shot in the back. Now, here's the weird part. She was wearing a single orange sock on one of her feet. Now, I often speak about and suggest that time is not necessarily the enemy of law enforcement in these old cold cases. Through dogged determination, police spent 40 years investigating these cases. Now, investigators had long assumed that the blood on Bobby's glove was actually Bobby's blood, but testing later revealed that it actually belonged to a male. And late last year, they used DNA databases to help identify the blood that was on the glove. Police hit pay dirt, and they discovered that it belonged to a 70-year-old, now 70-year-old man named Alan Lee Phillips. Now, here's a picture of Phillips and a picture back when these homicides would have been committed. Well, Phillips was arrested and charged with kidnapping, assault with a deadly weapon, and murder in the deaths of Joe Obelhartzer and Annette Schnee. Now, here's why I talked about the podcast in the beginning. In the podcast, you're going to hear about an amazing coincidence that DA Stanley experienced the night before the arrest. She was there for the arrest. Now, that's pretty amazing for a DA to be there on the ground when the arrest is made. Now, she talks about this incident. And again, it's so coincidental what happened the night before. And I just want to publicly say, I don't believe in coincidences. And I think it was kind of a quiet little message to the DA. You got to make sure you listen to that. Well, Bobby's brother and father have passed away. Family members of Annette have passed away. They passed away without ever knowing what happened to their loved ones. But there are family members still in that line of family that now are anxiously awaiting the trial of Alan Lee Phillips. I'm so proud of Linda Stanley and this district attorney and the effort that she's putting forward to look at cold cases. I have great hopes for what the future holds in this case as they go to trial. And she'll be leaning on another prosecutor, Stephanie Miller, to help in the case that will be prosecuted in Park County, along with all of the people who will testify in that case. I want to congratulate them. I want to congratulate the Park County Sheriff's Office on their investigation and wish them all the very best as they prepare for trial. I congratulate them all on solving this 39, nearly 40-year murder of Joe Obelhartzer and Annette Schnee. Now, here's a question I've got for all of you. Think about those orange socks. How do you think each victim ended up with one of the socks on her feet? I really look forward to reading your comments below, and I hope that you'll take a moment and hit the like and the subscribe button. Join the Profiling Evil family and help us keep moving those numbers up. By doing so, you're going to be reminded of updates like this one, and you'll get a chance to hear firsthand my thoughts on criminal cases around the world. This case is so significant as we think about the other missing persons in Colorado in the 11th District. It doesn't matter which county they're in, whether they're in Park County or Chaffee County. There are opportunities ahead for these cases to be solved and these hopefully bodies to be returned and buried properly. Thanks for listening, and we'll plan on seeing you all soon at Profiling Evil. And I'm going to just stop here and look at the list real quick and just say thanks to everybody. Gosh, there's a bunch of you that are on. It's so nice that you would all take time. And I hope you'll look up these cases and see what happened in them. To me, they were really intriguing cases. I also hope that you'll just kind of stay tuned throughout the week. Friday, we'll have more content. And again, we're going to be popping in periodically as we go through the week. So until we have the chance to talk again, I just hope you all have a great day, and thanks for listening.